Hey, how's it going? It's Carlos Reyes, AllInNation.com, and today I am going to teach you not only why you should be cold calling, but how to effectively cold call. That's right, we're gonna go over scripts, we're gonna go over strategies, and some things that we use in our business to acquire hundreds of properties every single year. So, first and foremost, let me just start out by saying this. I used to hate cold calling. I actually have cold called. Back in 2016, I used Mojo, and it was crazy. It was crazy. But I hated cold calling. But in 2018, we were able to acquire over 83 properties from just cold calling, from just that marketing channel. And in 2019, we did 110 acquisitions from just cold calling. That's a lot. Would you agree? 110 properties we acquired from just one marketing channel, and that was cold calling. So do I believe in cold calling now? Yes. Did I believe in cold calling back then? Absolutely not. So with that being said, I want to go over a few things on why you should be cold calling, okay? So this is a how-to. So I'm going to try to, this isn't going to be nothing fancy. I'm going to go over some content with you that's really, really going to help you, okay? So why you should be cold calling? First and foremost, best entry-level marketing. You don't got to have a crazy huge budget to make cold calling happen for you, okay? You don't got to have $10,000, $20,000 to actually effectively cold call. You can literally just have a few $100 and you can start dialing today, okay? Low cost per lead. A lot of people, unfortunately pay so much money when it comes to leads, right? Example, if you're doing pay-per-click, your average cost per lead is going to be anywhere, depending on what market you're in, from $100 to $300 to $400 if you're in the Bay Area. So Google pay-per-click is, yes, it's a more costly cost per lead. Second, it's easy to do. If you don't want to do it, which I highly suggest that you do it, you can also get virtual assistants to do it. That's right. Even let's just say that you have a job. You can have virtual assistants. They can be cold calling for you while you're at your job. And then when you get out of your job or in between breaks or lunches, you follow up on those leads, those warm leads that your virtual assistants provided for you. But then again, if you're like me, I like to learn everything and do everything myself first before I delegate to anyone. So I highly suggest that at some point, you start cold calling first, okay? So proactive marketing. Listen, a lot of marketing out there is reactive. If I send mail, I gotta wait around for people to call me. If I'm on the internet, I'm doing pay-per-click campaigns, I gotta wait around for people to call me. Well, not with cold calling. With cold calling, I am proactively, pretty much guerrilla marketing. I'm reaching out to homeowners every single day. So I'm not waiting around for nothing. I'm actually trying to acquire these properties by directly being proactive and reaching these sellers every single day, okay? You're in control. You have so much control over the operation, right? This actual marketing technique. You have control of how many hours you're going to dial today. You have control of what system you're going to use. You have control of what script you're going to use. So you have a lot more control than some of these other marketing channels that you're not going to have too much control over. What else can we think about today? Immediate human interaction. That's right. Every single phone call, when someone picks up the phone, there is an opportunity for you to make some magic happen, for you to acquire a deal. You're calling the leads that everyone's mailing to. That's another thing that I really like about cold calling. Everybody's so stuck on mail. Well, you're proactively picking up the phone and say, hey, how's it going, Mr. Seller? This is such and such, and I'm just giving you a call about, and we're going to get into the script, but most importantly, you are being proactive once again, and you're calling everybody that everybody's just kind of mailing and just, dwindling their thumbs and seeing if somebody calls back. So some sellers never update their mailing address. So, the one thing that sellers always have is a cell phone or a landline. And for the most part, people keep that number around for, plenty of years. I've had my number for at least 11, 12 years. So, again, if you're mailing and you're mailing to the wrong address, you just lost out on some marketing material. But if you're proactively calling these people and they're answering the phone, you're winning. It's easily scalable, right? So you can hire one virtual assistant. You can do it yourself. You can hire 5 virtual assistants, 10, 25, 30, whatever. The sky's the limit. So it is easily scalable. So with that being said, I want to actually talk about some cold calling secrets that people don't talk about. And I'm looking at my screen because I wrote some things down that I really wanted to really touch on today in order for me to provide value for you today. So just keep up, okay? So some of the top secrets, in my opinion, that have been extremely helpful. I'll give you 4 key pointers. 1 is the script. 2 is the tone. Remember, our personality, it literally, that's our tone is our personality when it comes to, talking over the phone. 3 is pace. You don't want to be a chatty Cathy. You don't want to be, you don't want to be too fast to the point where people don't understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, kind of like what's going on with me right now. But you don't want to talk too fast. You want to have a nice tone and a nice pace. And 4, keep in mind that your first 3 to 4 seconds gets you your next 30 to 40 seconds. That's right, and we're going to dive deep into exactly that means. I'm going to repeat this. Your first 3 to 4 seconds gets you or buys you your next 30 to 40 seconds, okay? So, follow-up is key. Make sure that, once this person becomes a lead through cold calling, make sure that you can consistently following up with these people. Most cold call leads are exactly that. They're cold leads, okay? So this isn't something that's going to be a home run right that same phone call. Now, I have seen that happen. I'm not going to tell you that it can't happen, but for the most part, these cold calls they're cold leads, and then you bring them, they upgrade to like a warm lead, and then at some point they become a hot lead. So you got to nurture them, okay? Let's get into the script. So I'm going to this is a very basic script. And you can actually go to allinnation.com and get a script for yourself, okay? So this is what this sounds like. This is a cold calling script, okay? You ready? So I'm going to say, you know what I don't like? I actually, what I love doing now is called the assumptive approach. That means that instead of saying, hello, is this John? I like to say, hey, John, how's your day going today? You see the difference between assumptive? I'm already assuming this is the person, right? Instead of me like, hey, is this John? Well, it depends who's asking, blah, 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 right? You're going to run into that a lot. But anyway, let's dive into it. I'm going to do the assumptive approach, which I really like. Okay, so you ready? Here we go. Hey, how's your day going today, John? You going good. Who is this? How can I help you? Well, John, my name is Carlos, and, I'm with, ABC Home Buyers, and I'm calling in regards to your property located at 123 Main Street. And then the client's going to say, okay, well, what about it? Well, great. Hey, listen, I'm calling you because our company just bought a home. It's right in your area, and I wanted to reach out to you personally to see if you were interested in selling your property for cash. Again, we would love to potentially look at the opportunity of buying your property in cash, right? And then, John's going to say, well, what's your offer? Well, we don't run evaluations until we get interest on your side. Now, if we have interest on your side, let me tell you a little bit about what we do. Let me tell you about, something about what we do and what our process looks like. We're not realtors, we're home buyers. That means there's no commissions that you pay out. We take care of all the closing costs. And, this is a cash transaction, and we buy the property in as-is condition, which means you don't even have to lift a paintbrush. Would that sound like something you can, potentially move forward with? Absolutely. Client's going to say, you know what? Yeah, that does sound good. And then you can say something like, okay, great, John. Well, our process is very simple. Let me just get some information regarding your property. Mainly just the condition, and if you've had any updates or upgrades in the past. And then we're going to have an acquisitions manager call you back, after we get this, we gather this intelligence on your property. How would that sound to you? You know what? John's going to say, oh, that's okay. Yeah, let's get going, right? So then you can answer something. You can ask something like this. Hey, John, if you don't mind me asking, is there any particular reason why you're looking to sell? Right? And then they're going to give you whatever. Well, we're relocating, I'm filing for divorce, or I'm behind on my mortgage payments, or they're going to give you multiple reasons, right? And then you say, okay, well, John, let's talk about the condition of the property. Have you done any major upgrades in the recent years that you've had the property? Something that I love to ask is, like, hey, John, when did you buy this property? Let's just say it's a 1950 home, right? Well, the year is 2020 now, so it's like, oh, I bought it back in the year 2001. Okay, 19 years, right? Okay, have you done any major upgrades? No. Okay, so in the last 19 years, there's been no upgrades. Is that correct? Yeah, that's correct. Okay, are you currently occupying the property, or is there tenants occupying the property? So that's very important, right? And then we say something like, you can say something like, hey, just so we don't waste each other's time, John, if you don't mind me asking, and we won't hold you against it, what is a ballpark figure of what you would ideally like to get for this property? And then boom, John's going to give you a number, right? Then you can just follow up with something like, you know what, Mr. John, I have all the information I need. I'm going to go ahead and have my manager run the numbers, and we're going to call you back within 24 to 48 hours with a cash offer. I do appreciate your time. Thank you, and have a great day. So you see how easy this script is? This is such an easy script. All right, you can get this script at allinnation.com, okay? So with that being said, guys, I am a firm believer in cold calling, and I just want to talk about some key performance indicators that you should really observe, KPIs to reach for, okay? So when it comes to leads, whether it's you or a virtual assistant, your goal should be to generate over 6 to 8 hours of dialing, of course, to make 600 to 800 dials during the 6 to 8 hours. You can even go 800 to 1200 dials during that shift, okay? Now, you have to try to produce 2 to 4 leads. Either you or the virtual assistant has to try to produce 2 to 4 leads per shift. Another thing, again, dials, I cannot reiterate the importance of dials. If you're doing 6 to 8 hours, anywhere from 6 to 1200 dials for that shift, okay? This is where that productivity factor comes into play. Contact ratio, I don't know what dialer you're using, but if you're using something like allindialer.com by ZenCall, that gives you reports on your contact ratio. Ideally, you want your contact ratio between 7 and 10% at a bare minimum. 10% plus is always better, okay? So your cost per lead, you want to keep your cost per lead between $30 to $60 cost per lead. Again, this is KPIs that you need to keep an eye out for. And then your cost per deal, that's going to vary. Again, it may take you 70 leads to land one, 70 qualified leads to land one deal. So, your cost per deal at that point could be anywhere from $2,100 to $4,200, depending on your market. And last but not least, expect your ideal ROI is a 4 to 6x return. So that means that if I spend, $1,000 on cold calling, I at least am expecting anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000, $6,000 as a return on my investment. Now, when you get to a little bit of a higher scale and you're a little more advanced in your marketing and your marketing budget, let's say that you invest $10,000. Well, then your return on investment that you could expect is anywhere from $40,000 to $60,000, which is a 46x ROI. So I really hope that today was very helpful. I want to really start doing a lot of these how-tos more often, so you can actually lock down a bunch of deals. All right, I want to give a lot of this value and content for free. So I really do appreciate you watching today's video. Now, if you really appreciate what I did for you today, do me a favor, comment down below. I always get back to you. Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe, because there's a lot more of this coming out. And then share with as many people as you can. Share with people that could use this type of information. So, again, your servant, Carlos Reyes. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.